Good Morning Blues is underwritten by Atlanta Center for Cognitive Therapy. Cognitive therapy is a model of treatment for emotional problems occurring in individuals and relationships. Mark Gilson, Ph.D., the center director, is a former fellow and faculty at the center at University of Pennsylvania under Aaron T. Beck, M.D. The center psychologists primarily offer telehealth psychotherapy services online with your computer, tablet, or cell phone. For more information, 404-842-0555 or cognitiveatlanta.com.
You are listening to WRFG Atlanta. WRFG provides a voice for those who have been traditionally denied open access to the broadcast media through the involvement of a broad base of community elements to guarantee that access. In the utilization of the station's facilities and in its programs, the following communities will receive first priority: those who continue to be denied free and open access to the broadcast media, and those who suffer oppression or exploitation based upon class, race, sex, age, creed, sexual orientation, disability, or immigrant status.
Good morning, Blues! WRFG Atlanta.
Good morning, Blues. We'll brighten up your day as you put on your shoes. Yeah, yeah. You know it's got to be the way to wake up each and every day on WRFG in Atlanta. Good morning, Blues.
Good morning, Blues.
Good morning, Blues. This is Tony O'Malley on WRFG Atlanta.
Well, it's Thursday. It's 9th of October. It's Good Morning Blues Part 2. So you are in London to Louisiana on WRFG 89.3 FM. I have finally recovered. It's taken me a few days. I've been gone a couple of weeks in London, roaming around, absorbing all the new music and attending a lot of shows and some older stuff too. I was very lucky to be able to bomb around and catch quite a bit of activity over those nights. Shop or sleep during the day or see family, friends, stuff like that. And most importantly, didn't spend much money. I save up my points, and travel means air and hotels. So I was able to cover my round-trip airfare and my hotel expenses for free. And that makes it a whole lot more manageable. I did have to move hotel 3 times, though. That's one of the downsides of doing it. But I wouldn't do it if my wife was going with me. It would be too much of a headache for her, but it's one big case for me, and we literally end up walking across the street maybe. This time I stayed, all 3 hotels were at Heathrow Airport, and you think, well, that's crazy. You're going to be in and out the city all the time. Well, there's a reason for that. The hotels at the airport typically are half the price of the ones in the city, and considering that particularly one of them, the tube line is right underneath the hotel. So I don't need a car. You just roll downstairs and roll into London. It just means you've got to spend an extra 30 minutes travel to and from, but trust me, it's worth it. So anyway, today's show, we're going to be roaming in and out of the things that I got into back and forth, as well as new releases. I won't keep you running around London all the time. We'll just pop back and forth. And I think a great place to start would be the 606 Club in Chelsea. I first saw Noel McCallagh as a singer joining in with a terrific jazz funk band called Morrissey Mullen. Me and my buddy Paul used to go watch them at the Half Moon in Putney pretty much. I think they were on a Wednesday night every month. And this was, 1980, I would guess. So he replaced a couple of different lady singers they had on the album. as the live vocalist. And I did have a cassette. I know you're going to laugh, but it's the only source. Morrissey Mullen live at the Half Moon featuring Noel McCallagh doing So So Fine. Great song, but I don't know where it went. The years, gosh, disappeared. But anyway, the 606 Club, last Sunday night. The Wonder of Stevie was the title of the show, and covering a huge range of Stevie Wonder stuff, but doing it differently and a full band, putting on a terrific show, as you are about to witness. the great Jim Mullen, Thunder Thumbs on guitar there, and his very cool version of Higher Ground. Where else were we? We were in Chelsea there at the 606 Club. Next, rolled down to Camden Town. There's a couple of things I was doing that night. It was the following night. And I'd been hanging out with the Peckham Princess, and you're going to say, Bob, what are you talking about? We don't know the Peckham Princess. She's not on a label. We haven't seen her on YouTube. Well, you wouldn't, because that's my 22-year-old niece who was hanging out with me in London. It was quite comical, actually. She just moved there a week or two before I got there. She's studying at the London School of Economics, and her residence is in and around the Peckham area. So that's how we ended up with that title. And she and I were hopping and bopping all around London, shopping at Liberty's. Where else? We went to the Sky Garden on Fenchurch Street with 360 views of wonderful places like the Tower of London. It's kind of between Tower Bridge and London Bridge. Different view of the city than a lot of the very tall places. Where else? We would go to Nightjar in Carnaby, which has since closed, by the way. The only Nightjar remaining is the one in Fenchurch Street by Fenchurch Station. It's being renamed and reopened under something else. It will still be a speakeasy, which is what they are good at. Nightjar does that. We did that. And I think it was the Eric Ranzoni Trio, which we'll have to find them in a minute. But anyway, we walked probably 5 miles up Regent's Canal, from the gardens right through a couple of prime areas that have been gentrified in recent years, and the Kinks, Muswell Hill, Primrose Hill. We walked through all of that, through Regent's Park, actually alongside the zoo. But we ended up in Camden Town, at Camden Lock, which I used to hang out a lot. So after a yummy Indian, I talked us into the Green Notes. There was a show on there that we hadn't planned, and luckily I got to talk to GEORGIE HUME, the artist, right while we were standing in the entrance trying to figure out. We tried to get tickets online. They were sold out. Wasn't going to happen. But in talking to him, the lady at the front made the assumption that I might know him and be a friend. And after we took pictures and all that stuff and he wandered on, suddenly, a couple of seats became available. What they did was they put two stools on the side of the stage. So anyway, a large time was had. And I know that the princess isn't listening because she's studying, right? Yes, she is. Anyway, we did have a large time together. Let's hear the music.
Where there's a need, there's a lion. Lions clubs in Georgia have been active since 1920, supporting a variety of community-based projects. Lions Club's initiatives include food assistance, vision care, youth mentoring, humanitarian, environment, disaster relief, childhood cancer, and diabetes. Local Lions Clubs continue to offer support to individuals and families across the state through volunteer service. For more information about assistance programs, how to volunteer, or provide support, the Lions Club website is georgialions.org, where you can also find your local Lions Club. This has been another public service announcement brought to you by your listener-sponsored and supported community radio station, WRFG 89.3 FM and WRFG.org.
Hello, UK Bob here. That means it's Thursday morning and it's London to Louisiana, as it has been for 25 years. But it's that spooky time of year, so please get the cobwebs out your wallet and help me continue to bring my weekly mumbo-jumbo of jokes, jargon and jibber-jabber, plus a different bluesy spectrum from London to Louisiana. I just got back from 2 weeks there, sharing the sounds and experiences. Right now, it's my only autumn week in the Autumn Fund Drive, so please help out an old geezer. I'm inviting you lovely peeps and your lovely money to partner with us and keep the independent community radio station WRFG alive and free. It's a joy to bring you interviews from cool musicians, mixing music and real life stories you won't hear anywhere else, But we need your donation to cover all those pesky operating costs. We've been doing this over 50 years, but the last few have been the hardest ever. Even so, our team has kept on plugging to still deliver a large time for your luggles. Please dig deep, blow the ash off that credit card or the prepaid Visa card you've been sitting on, and let me know you care enough to pony up and partner in any of the following ways. You can give through our website, wrfg.org. You can use the free mobile app available at your preferred app store. You can use Cash App. Just make the donation payable to $WRFG893. Okay? $WRFG893. Or, if you prefer, you can mail your gift to WRFG at 1083 Austin Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30307. Any way you choose is splendid. Your contribution to our Autumn Fund Drive helps us keep bringing you the progressive information and hand-picked quality music just like we have since 1973. In Atlanta, we are 89.3 FM, your independent community radio station, streaming worldwide over a free mobile app or at wrfg.org. Oh, and please listen to my Thursday morning show, 8 till 10. You may be subject to random testing. Don't worry, only a pulse and pennies are necessary. Ta-da!
Look out my window, it's pouring down with rain, and I cry, baby, oh baby, don't ever leave me again. I miss your loving, your kisses too. Ain't nothing on this earth I wouldn't do for you, and I cry, baby, oh baby, don't ever leave me again. When the rain starts falling and I start falling, oh baby, how I love you. My heart is crying, I feel like dying. Baby, you know I want you so. Tell me that you're mine till the end of time, and I cry, baby, oh baby, don't ever leave me again, no, don't ever leave me again. When the rain starts falling and I start falling, oh baby, how I love you. My heart is crying, I feel like dying. Baby, you know I want you so. Tell me that you're mine till the end of time, and I cry, baby, oh baby, don't ever leave me again, no, don't ever leave me again.
So that was Georgie Hume and the Pity Party, the Peckham Princess Pity Party, I guess we'll call that. But anyway, it's a very complex title if you look him up, but I would say it's a lot easier just to call it Caribbean jazz. A mixture of stuff, but you've got acoustic bass, bongos, drums, and Georgie on the guitar. Kind of super interesting, quality musicians putting out something a little different, and a guest singer will come in. That one was Francesca Belmonte doing a bluesy song, but then they'll have another chap come up and they'll do Ghost Town, and they do a little bit of reggae and things like that. But it's a cool club if you get to go there. It's in Camden Parkway, and it's not quite underground, but just long and narrow, like a lot of the groovy places in London. Let's go get funky, because we went to a couple of funky shows. So I'm gonna put you into two shows, strangely similar types of music, very funky, bluesy, jazzy stuff, at the same venue 2 Saturday nights running, called the Hootenanny in Brixton. It's an easy walk from, go left out of Brixton Tube Station and down past the park, and it's maybe half a mile. No point unless you want to get the bus because it's raining or something. But anyway, first up was a band called the Big Smoke Family, which is a London-based New Orleans groovy outfit. And the second is Jimmy James and his band, the True Loves from Seattle. I don't get to see them in America. I had to go all the way to Brixton to see the True Loves. It's kind of funny. And he knew I was there. He thought it was crazy. But anyway, let's get some groove on.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. This is Little Georgie talking at you from Little Georgie and the Shuffling Hungarians. You are moving and a grooving. You are raising a ruckus and kicking up sand. Right here, right now. From Atlanta, GA to London to Louisiana, you are tuned up and tuned into the Good Morning Blues Show with your host with the most, UK Bob, right here on WRFG 89.3 Radio Free Georgia.
So there we were, live from Hootenannies in Brixton, the Big Smoke family doing Funky Miracle, and the True Loves, $200 Blues, the great guitar work of Jimmy James there. Okay, let's break away. We've done 4 of the gigs I was at in London. We'll switch over to new releases now and spin into a trio that changed personnel and changed a little bit, but they played through here quite a few times recently. They've got a new album, GA20, are going to release this in the next week or 2, I believe, and they're following the same style that they've been playing. And then we're going to head down to a couple of newbies down in Louisiana. So hang on to your hollyhocks.
Time to get you over my mind. You do me, babe.
Bob here. That means it's Thursday morning, and it's London to Louisiana, as it has been for 25 years. But it's that spooky time of year, so please get the cobwebs out your wallet and help me continue to bring my weekly mumbo-jumbo of jokes, jargon, and jibber-jabber, plus a different bluesy spectrum from London to Louisiana. I just got back from 2 weeks there, sharing the sounds and experiences. Right now, it's my only autumn week in the Autumn Fund Drive, so please help out an old geezer. I'm inviting you lovely peeps and your lovely money to partner with us and keep the independent community radio station WRFG alive and free. It's a joy to bring you interviews from cool musicians, mixing music and real life stories you won't hear anywhere else. But we need your donation to cover all those pesky operating costs. We've been doing this over 50 years, but the last few have been the hardest ever. Even so, our team has kept on plugging to still deliver a large time for your lugholes. Please dig deep, blow the ash off that credit card or the prepaid Visa card you've been sitting on, and let me know you care enough to pony up and partner in any of the following ways. You can give through our website, wrfg.org. You can use the free mobile app available at your preferred app store. You can use Cash App. Just make the donation payable to $WRFG893. Okay? $WRFG893. Or, if you prefer, you can mail your gift to WRFG at 1083 Austin Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30307. Anyway, you choose is splendid. Your contribution to our Autumn Fund Drive helps us keep bringing you the progressive information and hand-picked quality music just like we have since 1973. In Atlanta, we are 89.3 FM, your independent community radio station, streaming worldwide over a free mobile app or at wrfg.org. Oh, and please listen to my Thursday morning show, 8 till 10. You may be subject to random testing. Don't worry, only a pulse and pennies are necessary. Ta-da!
I said, baby, tell me where you gonna go. It's cold outside and I just cooked a good gumbo. Now, baby, tell me how you gonna be.
independent community radio station welcomes the 2025 Little 5 Points Halloween Festival and Parade on Saturday, October 18th and Sunday, October 19th. The Halloween Parade is on Sunday, and this year will start at noon. The Little 5 Points Halloween Festival and Parade is the biggest and spookiest Halloween celebration in the Southeast. It's a 2-day event featuring more than 100 vendors, plus live music, wrestling, skate ramps, and much, much more. In other words, there'll be plenty for you to sink your teeth into. So come join us for this fun community celebration of diversity, equality, and inclusion from noon to 7 p.m. on Saturday, October 18th, and again on Sunday, the 19th. The Little 5 Points Halloween Festival and Parade is produced by the Little 5 Points Cultural District. Please go to wrfg.org for a schedule of events, plus information about volunteer opportunities and how you can walk with WRFG.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although the tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile.
The very obvious voice of Mr. Marc Broussard and the single off the forthcoming, I think, 5th volume of the SOS albums where he does covers for charity, and Nat King Cole, Smile. Prior to that, Boudreauux, THIBODEAUX, Love and Gumbo, and then the opening 2 tracks merged together were GA20, Just One More Time, and Chicken Pickin'. So that catches up a bunch of new releases. We will head back to London, where I and my buddy Paul drove over to Coulsdon to the Tuesday Night Music Club, which I renamed the Thursday Night Murder Club just to amuse people, probably myself. I'm good at that. To meet and chat to Miss Georgia Van Etten, who you've probably not heard of, but boy, what a pure voice. Great, great singer. I'm guessing she's around 30, and so is her band. Very talented, but understated musicians, laid back. It's really the focus on her singing. So here is some live Georgia Van Etten for you.
You can keep your goddamn invitation. We can't play any harder to survive. You go ahead and blame our generation, working 3 jobs to keep above the line. Maybe we should get some education. If daddy's rich and mommy's skin is white, well, you can lend that money from a corporation and pay them till the day you die. Oh yeah, there's no quiet in the hum of the city. So in the city we will rise. Oh yeah, take me down to the deep black water. I'll be there, I will be your daughter. Take me down to the deep black water now. I won't stand, you give the order. We won't march till we break the border. Take me down to the deep black water now. Hey, You might get on my nerves, yeah, yeah, or it may be just fine, yeah. You and me, we get it together. We can make it wrong to make it right. Ooh, baby, if you can and I can, and we can take this thing just a little bit further. I can't promise that it lasts, but excuse me, I'd like to be your baby. Oh, 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 I'd like to be your girl. So no, 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 boo. I'd like to be. Oh, I'd like to be.
The lovely English songbird Georgia Van Etten. Well, she moved here as a early teen, originally I think from Melbourne, Australia. Deep Black Water and I'd Like to Be, both live at the show. It was a Tuesday night. It wasn't... actually, I forgot to mention the weather was extremely good all the time I was there. The temperature would vary, but the sun was out every day because you know what they say? No, I'm not going to say it. But anyway, one more. I popped in to see Mr. Ian Siegel, and that should get us wrapped up for the first hour of the program while we go hunting through the maze of other great events and music and tomfoolery that I had in England.
Yeah. I got a special trick. 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 I wanna use it on you, but I ain't got the nerve right now. You got a special look. 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 You wanna use it on me, but you ain't got the nerve right now. Well, you know we're walking around in bewilderness, calling out each other's names. We're closer than a rifle to a bullet gets, but your body's so far away. Well, I know a special place. I know a special place. I ain't gonna lose your trace. I'll meet you face to face. We wanna go there, baby, but we ain't got the nerve right now. Well, explore. Let's open up that door. I wanna use it on you. You want to use it on me. Yes, you do. We wanna get it together, but we ain't got the nerve right now.
Hello, UK Bob here. That means it's Thursday morning. and it's London to Louisiana, as it has been for 25 years. But it's that spooky time of year, so please get the cobwebs out your wallet and help me continue to bring my weekly mumbo-jumbo of jokes, jargon, and jibber-jabber, plus a different bluesy spectrum from London to Louisiana. I just got back from 2 weeks there, sharing the sounds and experiences. Right now, it's my only autumn week in the Autumn Fund Drive, so please help out an old geezer. I'm inviting you lovely peeps and your lovely money to partner with us and keep the independent community radio station WRFG alive and free. It's a joy to bring you interviews from cool musicians, mixing music and real life stories you won't hear anywhere else. But we need your donation to cover all those pesky operating costs. We've been doing this over 50 years, but the last few have been the hardest ever. Even so, our team has kept on plugging to still deliver a large time for your luggles. Please dig deep, blow the ash off that credit card or the prepaid Visa card you've been sitting on, and let me know you care enough to pony up and partner in any of the following ways. You can give through our website, wrfg.org. You can use the free mobile app available at your preferred app store. You can use Cash App. Just make the donation payable to $WRFG893. Okay? $WRFG893. Or, if you prefer, you can mail your gift to WRFG at 1083 Austin Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30307. Any way you choose is splendid. Your contribution to our Autumn Fund Drive helps us keep bringing you the progressive information and hand-picked quality music just like we have since 1973. In Atlanta, we are 89.3 FM, your independent community radio station, streaming worldwide over a free mobile app or at wrfg.org. Oh, and please listen to my Thursday morning show, 8 till 10. You may be subject to random testing. Don't worry, only a pulse and pennies are necessary. Ta-da!
Where you at, Atlanta? This is John Papa Grow, and you are listening to UK Bob's Good Morning Blues on WRFG. You're gonna have a great day. Yeah, you're right.
Right, so did you feel that? No, it's pretty slick, eh? I flipped you over from the A side to the B side. We left behind, who did we leave behind? Ian Siegel, yes, the uniquely gravel-voiced and always interesting singer. And we are going to go with James Hunter now. And I'm telling you why, because I couldn't see him in London because he's hiding out, prepping for a much bigger tour than hanging out with me. But I started playing him right on about 20 years ago, and people would call in and say, Bob, where did you find these old, unusual Sam Cooke recordings? And I said, no, skinny little white boy from the London Underground transport driver. So anyway, he's got a new album that's not out yet. That's why they're working on this and planning on his tour. But I've got a single. And then we're going to jump into Darling Blue, the new Marcus King album. And I will see you after those for some live music from London of a New Orleans kind.
Chance, then how can I go wrong? So I'm sticking with a sure thing, yeah, sticking with a sure thing.
hope you go out and you get too drunk, calling me, asking me to pick you up, falling over all of your words like the night that we met. Oh, I know that I would be more patient now, wouldn't give in so much to my lover's doubt. Oh, I would be more kind to you and your friends. I'm sorry I was selfish and so insecure. I've been back in therapy but still ain't cured. Oh, you'd like to know that I'm sober again. Oh, I come a real long way. Thought you'd like to hear me say I'm sorry again, I know I fucked up. Oh, it doesn't mean you did no wrong. Leaving shouldn't last that long. On and on and off again. Oh, on and on and on and off again. Oh, on and on and on and off again. Yeah, I've been giving up on all my toxic traits. Wake up in the morning and I meditate, sweat it all out, now jump into a new romance. Maybe you don't care about how I've been doing. Say they wanna give me something called well beautiful. Hey, maybe it takes, I'll stop feeling sad. Oh, I come a real long way. Thought you'd like to hear me say I'm sorry again, I know I fucked up. Oh, it doesn't mean you did no wrong. Leaving shouldn't last that long. On and on and off again. On and 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 on and on and off again. And on and on and on. Does anybody out there still give a damn about me? Do you still see what they thought I could be? I gambled away all the loving I ever had, and my cheap one night romance and always done bad. Heaven knows I miss my late night living. They're getting along without me, as far as I can tell. Maybe I'll go back to doing that voodoo low down and do so well. Sing a little rock and roll music, raise a little honky tonk hell. Oh, everybody seen the thing I changed since I quit drinking. Dropped all my bad habits and started back thinking. When I jump off the wagon, honey, would you catch my fall? If I hollered out your name, would you hear me call? Heaven knows I miss my late night living. They're getting along without me, as far as I can tell. Baby, I'll go back to doing that voodoo love cause I do so well. Sing a little rock and roll music, raise a little honky tonk, yeah. Oh, look out now. I gave up all my good times to keep my health. Quit doing everything I love for somebody else. But I gambled away every love I ever had. My cheap one night romance and always come back.
South Atlantans for Neighborhood Development presents the Ormwood Park Makers Festival on Saturday, October 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Ormwood Park Makers Festival will feature live music, food vendors, an artist market, and interactive workshops including creating your own kitten with Atlanta artist Catlanta, an introduction to improv with Dad's Garage, learning how to play Dungeons and Dragons with D&D Master Vincent, a wine tasting with 3 Parks Wine Shop, woodworking, gardening, Pilates, and more. The festival will take place along the streets and intersections of Woodland and Delaware Avenues, as well as on the property of the Ormwood Church. For more information on the Ormwood Park Makers Festival and how to register for workshops, the website is ormwoodpark.org. That's ORMEWOOD park.org. This has been another public service announcement brought to you by your listener-sponsored and supported community radio station, WRFG 89.3 FM and WRFG.org.
A couple of pieces there from Marcus King, Honky Tonk Hell, and On from the brand new album Darling Blue, assumingly named for his new wife. Before that, the James Hunter 6, A Sure Thing, album's not out yet. Tour is on, coming to the US. Super duper singer and performer. Wonderful to watch too. We are going back to live music in London. Little bit of explanation. These two are both New Orleans style acts. And what's unusual is that there are only 6 Cajun bands in London, and JOLE BLON Cajun band is the only one I know that's all ladies. So I'm at Plaquemine Lock, which is a bar restaurant right on the corner of 2 streets, right down on the canal. And they were actually filming a movie on the canal bridge the night I was there. It was a Friday night. And I stayed there and missed another show because this surprised me. I was there to see the 10 Bells Rag Band. And I walked in, it must have been 7:15, 7:30. And I was going to head off to another event later. That didn't happen because there's this trio playing. And I thought, well, that's not what was planned. So I had a quick word with the manager. He said, yeah, we messed up. We double booked. Well, when that happens in England, they do the right thing because guess what? They paid both bands and let them both play. So I stayed for both shows. Terrific. Anyway, these ladies rocked, and you're going to hear them first. And then the COSIMO MATASSA Project. So they are named after the songwriter and the studio and everything in New Orleans. Oh, I should explain that the venue for the Plaquemine Lock Bar, if I haven't told you before, sorry, was built by the great-grandson of the builder that built the real Plaquemine Lock in Louisiana. So, kind of cool. All they do is play New Orleans music. It's New Orleans themed everywhere and a Louisiana menu. So get down to the Regal Canal and hang out in a very cool venue. And if you're going by tube, get off at the Angel Islington, turn right and turn right again. About half a mile walk down to the canal. Not difficult at all.
This is John Cleary from New Orleans, Louisiana, and you're listening to UK Bob, the Good Morning Blues.
UK Bob here. That means it's Thursday morning and it's London to Louisiana, as it has been for 25 years. But it's that spooky time of year, so please get the cobwebs out your wallet and help me continue to bring my weekly mumbo jumbo of jokes, jargon and jibber jabber, plus a different bluesy spectrum from London to Louisiana. I just got back from 2 weeks there, sharing the sounds and experiences. Right now, it's my only autumn week in the Autumn Fund Drive, so please help out an old geezer. I'm inviting you lovely peeps and your lovely money to partner with us and keep the independent community radio station WRFG alive and free. It's a joy to bring you interviews from cool musicians, mixing music and real life stories you won't hear anywhere else. But we need your donation to cover all those pesky operating costs. We've been doing this over 50 years, but the last few have been the hardest ever. Even so, our team has kept on plugging to still deliver a large time for your luggles. Please dig deep, blow the ash off that credit card or the prepaid Visa card you've been sitting on, and let me know you care enough to pony up and partner in any of the following ways. You can give through our website, wrfg.org. You can use the free mobile app available at your preferred app store. You can use Cash App. Just make the donation payable to $WRFG893. Okay? $WRFG893. Or, if you prefer, you can mail your gift to WRFG at 1083 Austin Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30307. Any way you choose is splendid. Your contribution to our Autumn Fund Drive helps us keep bringing you the progressive information and hand-picked quality music just like we have since 1973. In Atlanta, we are 89.3 FM, your independent community radio station, streaming worldwide over a free mobile app or at wrfg.org. Oh, and please listen to my Thursday morning show, 8 till 10. You may be subject to random testing. Don't worry, only a pulse and pennies are necessary. Ta-da! So I got this Boogie Woogie album just a few days ago and learnt a lot, which tells me that I'll be able to share with you maybe some stuff you didn't know about Johnny Johnson. He was the legendary rock and roll boogie woogie player, the foundation for all of Chuck Berry's hits, I think, on piano. So this album is called I'm Just Johnny, and it's right after, I think he died 20 years ago, and I don't know where it's been. I don't think it's a re-release. I think it's a posthumous release, so we haven't heard it before. Anyway, that's kind of a big deal in itself until you dig in and you find out all kinds of weird and wonderful things that are connected with all of this. Because beyond Chuck Berry, which is, I guess, generic information, I didn't know the song Johnny Be Good was about him. There's an autobiography Chuck Berry wrote, and there's little interesting things come out of it, like he would never allow the band to be drinking in the car he was in. So Johnny would lean out the window. This sounds like something my friends would have done in the 80s, you know? We're not breaking any rules. Kind of weird. Anyway, apart from songwriting and performing with Chuck Berry, he did a lot as the leader of Albert King's rhythm section in his most prolific period. So I didn't know about that. You know, so many of these background people, you don't know all the amazing stuff that they were up to. And he went on to play with a bunch of other people and got hooked up with the Stones. He was on Keith Richards' solo album, Talk Is Cheap. I don't know how it happened. They somehow connected and everybody really liked what he was doing. But just interesting when you get to the point of stuff like that. You find out that he's in St. Louis. And, you know, after that, times got quiet and tough, 90s. He was a bus driver to make ends meet until he got a big break with this, the movie that featured, I think, the Johnny Be Good, can't think what was it called? Hell, Rock and Roll. And that put him back into the spotlight and he was able to do more. So anyway, you know, there's lots to it, but I'm just going to give you the highlight. There are people on this like Bruce Hornsby, Bonnie Raitt, Johnny Rivers, John Sebastian. As a 2-CD set, I get the impression that the majority of these well-known people are in the interviews on disc 2. I don't notice them contributing to the music, but in the list of band members, you see vocalists and you go, who is that? So Henry Lawrence, a former Oakland Raiders offensive tackle, does lead vocals on a couple. But the one I'm going to use is actually Charles Glenn, was best known as the St. Louis Hockey Blues anthem singer. So he does the lead vocals on Heebie Jeebies. very interesting and obscure stuff, the way that this all came together. And I saw something else to do with the LA Rams that my friend Mark would be interested in, but I can't remember what it was. There's too many things connected in here. His last ever performance was a live performance for the St. Louis Cardinals. So anyway, and something to do with the Rams victory parade. I don't remember. Well, let's play the music. Anyway, it's called I'm Just Johnny. And I'm going to play you the title track and the heebie-jeebies. And there's the Johnny Johnson story.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie 9 Volt. It's Eddie 9 Volt, man, and you're listening to WRFG Atlanta, Good Morning Blues with UK Bob. London to Louisiana. Dude plays the best music, man. Tune in, drop out, dig it.
To New York City, California too, Bourbon Street, New Orleans, and Chicago blues. I've seen a lot of people with a screw loose or two, but I ain't never seen the likes of you. Heebie-jeebies, I get those heebie-jeebies. I get those heebie-jeebies every time I think about you. It's because of you. I got a fever and it ain't no flu. It only happens when you're near me. Won't you go now? Can't you hear me? I believe somebody's calling you. Ow! Heebie-jeebies. I got those heebie-jeebies. I get those heebie-jeebies every time I think about you. Yes! Somebody help me, please. I think that woman, she's been stalking me. I turn around and there she'll be now looking evil right at me. Don't know why, but yeah, it's time to leave. Oh, heebie-jeebies. I got those heebie-jeebies. I get those heebie-jeebies every time I think about you. late was the fellas that do. I'm doing what I like and doing what I should.
just Johnny and I'm trying to be good. Down on the boat every day by noon. Slot machine singing my kind of tune. A pocket full of quarters, good luck on my side. Just hit 3 diamonds, I didn't even try. I'm doing what I like, I'm doing what I should. I'm just Johnny and I'm trying to be good. Play the blues every night. A cards game on Saturday, I hope they get it right. Go to church on Sunday, a round game by noon. Play a little music, and I'm kicked back by 2. I'm doing what I like, I'm doing what I should. I'm just Johnny and I'm trying to be good. I'm just Johnny and I'm trying to be good. I'm doing what I like, I'm doing what I should. I'm just Johnny and I'm trying to be good. I'm doing what I like, I'm doing what I should.
Our great local drummer and musical enthusiast and all-round jolly chap, Mr. YONRICO Scott, would have been 70 this week, but he's been gone 6 years. And it was a real surprise when that happened. And I know he'd had heart issues before, but I guess he just came out of the blue. So I'm going to play the last thing he ever recorded. It was done September 2019. Called Child of the Blues with Diane Durrett. And then we're going to slip into a most unusual act from way up north. They're going to explain where they're from. And then buzz over to Australia just to make sure you get a huge range of musical audacity in your ear rolls.
My 12th birthday, 4 years later, I was standing at his grave. From his eyes to his nose, to the way he lived. Up in Motor City, I knew I was his. I'm a child of the blues, deep in my soul. From Detroit City, down to Muscle Shoals, I'm a child of the blues. Yes, I'm a child of the blues. Mama sang gospel with a harmonies. She left Alabama to give it her best. The choir came to see me the day I was born. They said, take that baby back. It can't be yours. I'm a child of the blues, deep in my soul. From Detroit City the muscle shows I'm a child of the blues. Oh, you know I'm a child of the blues. I'm a child of the blues. Down to muscle shoals, I'm a child of the blues. You know I'm a child of the blues. Yeah, I'm a child of the blues. You know I'm a child, I'm just a child. I'm a child of the blues. Deep in my soul, from Detroit City down to muscle shoals, I'm a child. I'm a child of the blues. I'm a child. I'm a child.
Hello, dudes and dudettes. This is your old buddy Daryl Rhodes. You know, I've sold literally dozens of albums in my career. Traveled all the big cities like Jonesboro, Griffin, Vidalia, been to Vidalia. I have been to Winder, Georgia. I've toured all over. But now I'm really excited because I'm coming back to Atlanta to play in the WRFG First All Alumni Community Session Show on October the 26th at 4 p.m. with my good friends Brene Polikoff and Marvin Jackson. Tickets can be purchased at WRFG.org for $25. This show is sponsored by Outback Bikes, Criminal Records, the Trust for Public Land, Atlanta Mayor's Office for Cultural Affairs, Fulton County Arts and Culture, and Abba-Dabbas. And it's going to be a great time. I want to invite all my friends. I hope the place will sell out. It always does. A small room, great time, original music. I'll have my infamous a-hole detectors for sale, and we'll probably all have some CDs, and I'll have books to sign if you're interested. But I'm just really excited about performing with my friends and hopefully seeing a lot of old friends there. Come and see us October the 26th, 4 p.m., and it's going to be a great time. See you there.
When people talk about you, walk away and let them be. Or be a Christian and drop your drawers, turn the other cheek. I don't give
it. This next one I'm going to play always makes me think of my grandpa. We've been on the road for about 2.5 months here. We're from a little place called Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, way up in Canada. And we've been playing this one a lot, and you know, every time we play it, I just think of him smiling down on us and just knowing that we're enjoying ourselves. He worked really hard. He was a farmer. He was in the Army. He built roads, and he put a lot of hard work in so that we could be out here playing music and living our dreams. So this one's going out to anyone who's missing someone.
Oh, Granddad, I laughed at all his words. I thought he was a bitter man. He spoke on women's ways. They try you and they use you before you even know. Love is blind and you fight too kind. Don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger. The can such a pretty show. Steal your some boy again. Ooh la la, ooh la la, la la, and ooh la la, ooh la la, la la, yeah. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. Spanish, show me what you know, brother. Come on. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that here we are, just another day. Here we stand to throw it all away. I see it on the horizon, it's coming up so slow. You fooled me with your pack of lies a long, long time ago. It's me, you'll be surprising if you really change your tune. I don't know why you always got me howling at the moon. Here we sit, not seeing eye to eye. the cat dragged in. Woo!
That was two tracks from GYWN ASHTON from a new release he's just popped off to me, Howling at the Moon and Something That the Cat Dragged In. Prior to that, the opening piece, a new band to me called BOMBARGO. Why did I play them? Well, they're actually going to be at the Tabernacle. It's like, whoa. But they're opening for one of my favorite bands from Boston called Ripe. And what's his name? The guy I don't care for much. Can't think of his name now. Anyway, I'll happily go see those two and leave the supposed headline act. Can't think of his name. Ginger-haired guy, Alan. Oh well, look it up. With their version of Ronnie Lane's Ooh La La. It was live at the Sugar Shack sessions. They're very talented musical people of the acoustic nature. Oh gosh, where shall we go from here? I think maybe we have a little quiet time.
I never thought that love would come around again. Rode with it once, then life stole it away. But in his eyes, there's some beckoning thing that I recognize. And I'll ride where it drives. Do you believe the joys of life can multiply? Because with him each day is the most sublime. And he's so kind when he sings me a song in the morning time. I resign to that sound of the love coming round. Each Joe gets just one go at paradise, and when it's gone, move on and say goodnight. But that's not right. If a heart falls once, it can do it twice, and it's nice. I have found when the love comes around.
Yeah, I thought we'd calm things down a little. We've been racing all over London and bopping in and out of new releases from Saskatchewan to Australia. That was Rachel and VILRAY, Rachel Price from Lake Street Dive. That's their third or fourth album she did with this guitar player she hooked up with up there in Portland, Oregon. But it's called the Bridge Studio version. It's a little more stripped back and it's live, called Love Comes Around, from the current album, which I think is as fabulous as all the others. Old West Side Story standards, New York stuff. Anyway, we'll stay calm and we're going to finish out the show. I saw this the other night on late night TV, I can't remember which, probably Jimmy Kimmel. And I used to be a bigger fan when he first came out. I've lost interest the last few years, but there's something cool about watching him do this song. This is Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, and you need to make sure you've had coffee to say that, with Get Used to the Night. We're going to follow that with a brand new artist to me called Cara Grainger and a song called Mama Said. She's another Australian, but she moved to Nashville, seems to be making a bit of a dent, and I think you're going to hear her name more, and that will probably wipe us out. And I just want to say thanks for listening. It's been fun. I will see you next week in a more normal condition of rampant collection of obscurities.
That used to get around. You found one way, one to get around and one to get through. But I'll feel tonight like so many lost days. I used to stay home and writhe in my bed. Wish I could retire. You still hardware. I used to do cartwheels to land on my head. I used to know it all, but I can't remember much name. I used to be a proud fucking fool. You run ahead, run out, I'll catch up, man. Still so much left for me to do. Get used to the name. Now this ain't your town. Going wrong down a one way. Yeah, I gotta hide myself from the storm. Don't know how long I will. You found some way, one to get around and one to get through. Used to do it all, but I ain't got the mind now. Just feel tied up in you. Yeah, it could be said that I used to have something. I used to be you.
We're heading for trouble. There's a warning sign up ahead. You got a smile on your face. Make me wonder where you've been, what you did. What you did. You look like an angel. You're just a devil in disguise. Lord, what you do to me makes a poor girl cry. Mama said you're gonna get burned. Mama said you're gonna get burned. Now looks can't kill, might not make it out.